Students, today we are going to learn about rural life and society. Before independence, people depended only on agriculture. Agriculture was the primary activity. Even the industries like sugar industry, oil industry and textile industry. Rural life and society. The British government in India did not accept a pro-Indian agriculture and land revenue policy. British government introduced three major land revenue and tenurial system in India, namely the permanent settlement, the Magalwari system and the Rayatwari system. The economic exploitation of the peasants led to the revolt in future. The land revenue policy under the British. Permanent settlement was introduced by Lord Cornwallis. Rayatwari system was introduced by Thomas Munro and Magalwari system was introduced by Lord William Bentinck. First we have to learn about permanent settlement. Lord Cornwallis. When Robert Clive obtained a Diwani of Bengal, Bihar and Orissa in 1765, there used to be an annual settlement of land revenue. Warren Hastings changed it from annual to quinquennial, 5 yearly and back to annual again. During the time of Cornwallis, a 10 years settlement was introduced in 1793 and it was known as permanent system. Permanent settlement were made in Bengal, Bihar, Orissa, Varanasi, divisions of Uttar Pradesh and northern Karnataka, which roughly covered 19% of total area of British India. It was known by different names like Zamindari, Zahirdari, Malguzari and Biswadari. Salient features of permanent settlement. The Zamindari were recognized as the owners of the land as long as they paid the revenue to the East India Company regularly. The Zamindars acted as the agent of the government for the collection of revenue from the cultivators. The amount of revenue that Zamindars had to pay the company was firmly fixed and would not be raised under any circumstances. They gave out of 10 the revenue collected by the cultivators to the government. The Zamindars would grant patta to the ryots. The ryots became tenants since they were considered the tillers of the soil. All judicial powers were taken away from the Zamindars. Now we have to learn about the merits of permanent settlement. Under this system, many of the wastelands and forests became cultivable lands. The Zamindars became the owners of the land. The Zamindars were made free from the responsibility of providing justice. The Zamindars remained faithful to the British government. This system secured a fixed and stable income for the British government. Now we have to learn about the demerits of permanent settlement. The British government had no direct contact with the cultivators. The rights of the cultivators were ignored and they were left at the mercy of Zamindars. The peasants were almost treated as serfs. This system was made the Zamindars lethargic and luxurious. Many conflicts between the Zamindars and the peasants arose in rural Bengal. Next, we have to learn about Rayatwari system. Raithwari system was introduced by Thomas Munro and Captain Reed in 1820. Major areas of introduction of Raithwari system included Madras, Bombay, parts of Assam and Coorg provinces of British India. By Raithwari system, the rights of ownership was handed over to the peasants. British government collected taxes directly from the peasants. Initially, one half of the estimated produce was fixed as rent. The assessment was reduced to 1/3 of the produce by Thomas Munro. The revenue was based on the basis of the soil and nature of the crop. The Raithwari system was introduced by Thomas Munro. The rents would be periodically revised, generally after 20 to 30 years. The position of the cultivators became more secure. In this system, the settlement was made between the government and the ryots. In fact, the government later claimed that the land revenue was rent and not a tax. Salient features and effects of Raithwari system. Revenue settlement was done directly with the ryots. Measurement of field and an estimate of produce was calculated. Government fixed the demand at 45 to 55% of the produce. Effects of Raithwari settlement. In most areas, the land revenue fixed was excessive. The ryots were hardly left with bare maintenance even in the best of seasons. Under this system, the government exploited the farmers instead of zamindara. Maghalwari system. The Maghalwari system is a brainchild of Holt Mackenzie, was modified version of the zamindari settlement introduced in Ganga Valley, the northwest province, parts of central India and Punjab in 1822. Lord William Bentinck was suggest the radical changes in the Maghalwari system by the guidance of Robert Martins Bird in 1933. So, William Bentinck only introduced effectively the Maghalwari system. Assessment of revenue was to be made on the basis of produce of a Maghal or village. All the properties of Maghal were severely and jointly responsible for the payment revenue. Initially, the state's share was fixed 2/3 of the gross produce. Bentinck therefore reduced 15%. The village was a whole. Through the headman, Lamborder was required to pay the revenue. The system was first adopted in Agra, Awadh and later extended to other parts of United Province. Now we have to learn about salient features and effects of Maghalwari system. The Lambertor acted the intermediaries between the government and the villagers. It was a village-wise assessment. One person could hold a number of villages. The village community was the owner of the village common land. The village land belonged to the village community. Now we have to learn about the effects of Maghalwari system. The Lambertor enjoyed privileges which was misused for their self-interest. This system brought no benefit to the cultivators. It was modified version of the zamindari system and benefited the upper class in villages. Thank you, students.